Hello, class. Impressive. You've made quite great big progress so far. Well, you know the drill. It's time to practice. And you know we never quit. We do it every day. This is part 4B, Modern Manners. Part 1, Vocabulary, Phone, Language. Just like the book, I need you to take your time and complete the sentences. For example, number 1, you must not use your phone in a quiet zone. All right, you have the first letter as a hint to help you. Stop the video, take your time, and do it yourself. This is your gig. Very good. Now, put your heads together. Check your answers with your friends. And now, let's do it. Number 2, when you finish a phone call, you hang up. Number 3, if someone doesn't answer their phone, you can leave a message on their voicemail. Very good. Number 4, if you're in a meeting, you can put your phone on silent or vibrate mode. Number 5, if someone's phone is off, you can call back later. Okay, number 6, the sound your cell phone makes when someone calls you is a ringtone. Number 7, if you want to text your friends more cheaply, you can use instant messaging. Number 8, when you call someone, you have to dial their number by pressing some keys. All right. Number 9, if someone is already talking on their cell phone, when you call, the line is busy. And the last one, you can protect the display of your cell phone or computer with a screen saver. Well done, a good start, but we're not done. Let's go. Great. Part 2, grammar. Everybody circle the correct form and check if both are possible. For example, look what you need to know before you visit the US, United States. Number 1, you have to have a visa to enter the country, or you must have a visa to enter the country. So both forms are correct. Let's do the rest together. Number 2, you must not drive on the left. Here we drive on the right in America. Number 3, you don't have to pay to visit most museums and art galleries. Entrance is usually free. Number 4, you have to go on a ferry to visit the Statue of Liberty. You can't go by bus. Number 5, you have to wear a seatbelt at all times in a car, or you must wear. Both of them are correct. It's an obligation from outside. Number 6, you should always try to arrive on time for an appointment or meeting. Americans are very punctual. They are always on time. Number 7, if you are sightseeing in New York, you should buy a Metro card that gives you cheaper travel on the subway and buses. Number 8, you must not smoke in any public building. It is prohibited by law. Number 9, when talking to Americans, you shouldn't ask them about their salary. Some people might think this is rude. And the last one, number 10, you must or you have to, both of them are correct, answer some questions when you go through immigration. Well done, you did great. Now part B, everyone correct any mistakes in use or form in the highlighted phrases and check the correct sentences. For example, number 1, people must not use their cell phones when they're talking to you. People shouldn't use. All right? It's not the law to use must. All right? Very good. Stop the video. Take your time. Do it yourself. No help from your friends. Okay? Now, check it with your friends. All right. Number 2, I must go to work by bus yesterday. My car was being repaired. I had to. Number 3, do you have to wear a suit and tie to work? It's correct. Number 4, you don't have to play soccer here. It says no ball games. You must not play, or you can't play. It's the rule. Number 5, my father is a taxi driver and he should work nights. He has to work nights. Number 6, I didn't have to cook last night because we went out for dinner. It's correct. Number 7, in the future, maybe everyone must speak English and Chinese. Everyone will have to speak. And number 8, the last one. You don't look well. You should to go home? No, you should go home. To is unnecessary. You did great. All the way to part 3. Pronunciation, silent consonants, linking. Everybody first. For example, look right. W is silent. Yeah. So cross out the silent letters. Do it. Very good. Now I need you to listen and check. Let's do it.
File 4B. Pronunciation. B. 1,
Right.
2,
Receipt.
3,
Hour.
4,
Shouldn't.
5,
Exhausted.
6,
Walk.
7,
Could.
8.
Debt.
Now that was easy, wasn't it? I have another thing for you. Everybody, I need you to listen and repeat the sentences. All right? Trying to link the words. For example, you shouldn't talk on. Linking. Linking helps you to speak naturally. All right, you know the drill. Listen and repeat.
File 4B. Pronunciation. C. 1,
You shouldn't talk on the phone when you're driving.
2. You must always wear your seatbelt in the car. 3,
You don't have to wear a uniform.
4. You shouldn't ask a friend for money. 5,
You have to watch out for pickpocketers.
6. You should take a present for them.
All right, very good. You can listen as many times as you need and practice. But for now, let's move to the next part. Okay, nothing can stop you. You see, you just have to do it. You just have to be there. You just have to show up, right? Part 4, reading. Everybody read the article once and check the best summary, all right? Check the best short title or concept for this reading. This is your gig.
A few minutes later.
Okay, you're back. Let's read it together. Ladies first. Nobody knows how long people have been using the words ladies first, nor is anyone sure where the concept came from. However, neither of these facts matters today. The important question is whether the tradition is still relevant and if men should continue respecting it. All right, so in the past, there was a strict set of rules concerning men's behavior toward women, or rather ladies, as they were called then. Men wearing hats used to take them off in the presence of a woman, and they used to stand up whenever a woman entered a room or left the room. And they did the same at a dining table. Men used to hold a door for a woman to allow her to go through first. They always used to pay for meals, but we'll come back to that one later. All of these customs were considered good manners, and people looked down on men who did not conform. In fact, this set of rules actually made things easier for men. If they broke a rule, they knew perfectly well that they were going to offend somebody. Today, it is much easier to cause offense without meaning to. For example, if a man opens a door to let a woman through first, and she does so without saying thank you, the man may feel offended. And if a man invites a woman to a restaurant of his choice on their first date, and then asks her to pay her half of the check, it may be the woman who gets upset. Women no longer want to be treated as the weaker sex, which leaves men in a dilemma. On one hand, men are conscious of the ladies first tradition, but on the other, they do not want to offend. Often, they don't know what to do. The best choice is this: if in doubt, men should follow the rules of ladies first, even if the woman considers the behavior inappropriate. She will still realize that the man has good manners. This is particularly relevant on that first date we were talking about. If man has invited the woman out, then he should pay the check. Actually, it's the invitation to dinner itself that is important here, nor the amount of money spent. In general, women appreciate a picnic or a homemade dinner just as much as an expensive meal. So the answer to our original question is yes, ladies first is still relevant today, but not the same way as it was in the past. Most women appreciate a kind gesture made by a man, but he should never accompany it with the words ladies first. It spoils the effect completely. Alright, so which one is the best summary? I guess, yeah. Number one, how men should behave toward women in the 21st century. But we're not done yet. I need you to read the article again and choose the best answer, A, B, or C. For example, look at number one. According to the article, C, it's not known when the idea of ladies first started. You know the drill. It's your turn. My turn to rest.
A few moments later.
All right, check your answers with your friends. Number two, in the past, B, ladies first was very polite. Number three, nowadays men aren't sure how to behave toward women. Number four, according to the article, men should follow the rules of ladies first. And number five, according to the article, women like a meal at home or in a restaurant. All right, very good. Now everyone, look at the highlighted words and phrases. What do you think they mean? You can use your dictionary to look up their meaning and pronunciation. And of course, you can use Google to help you. After you do it, we have another thing to do. Now, this is the last exercise for the reading part. You check those highlighted words, yeah? Now we're going to use them. Everyone, I need you to match them with their meaning. For example, number one, not right for a particular situation. Inappropriate, right? Okay, let's do the rest. Number two, an action that shows other people how you feel. Gesture. Number three, understand the value of something. Appreciate. Number four, an idea. Concept. Number five, upset somebody. Offend. Number six, thought they were better than. Looked down on, like this. Yeah? Very well, that's all there is to it. Let's go to the last part, shall we? And all the way to the last set in the house. Part 5, listening. Everyone, listen to a radio program about good manners in different countries. What kind of advice do the 4 people ask about? Check the correct answers. There is one piece of advice you do not need to use. All right? For example, number 3, advice about meeting new people. So it's mentioned. Yeah? Very good. Everyone, listen and check.
File 4B, listening.
Hello and welcome to The Traveler's Guide. Now, last week, we asked our listeners who are going to travel abroad to send us their questions about good manners in other countries. And we've invited our resident expert Ruth Dempsey to the show to answer them. Welcome to the program, Ruth.
Thank you.
So, the first question, Ruth. This comes from Katie in Denver, who is going to travel around Thailand next summer. Katie wants to know what she should do when she first meets people in Thailand.
Well, Katie, most of the time, a simple handshake will be fine. But if someone gives you a why, that is a small bow with the hands held together close to the body, you must do the same. But if the person is of lower social status than you, so if they are younger than you, or they are a waiter, for example, you shouldn't return the why.
Very useful advice, Ruth. The next question is from Mark in Dallas, who is going to Brazil with his girlfriend to meet her family for the first time. He asks, is there anything I should or shouldn't do?
Like Americans, Brazilians are very warm, friendly, and open. However, there are a few differences to remember. Always say thank you when someone opens a door for you, offers you something to eat or drink, or even when your girlfriend's mother clears the plates from the table. It's very important to be polite. Also, don't speak when you have food in your mouth. Brazilians find this incredibly rude.
That sounds like good advice for you, Mark. Okay, our next question is from Julie in Oklahoma City. She's going to Greece on vacation but doesn't speak the language. She asks, since I don't speak any Greek, I'll be communicating mostly with my hands. Are there any gestures I shouldn't use?
Absolutely, Julie. The most important one to remember is the thumbs up, which in the U.S. means good or okay, but it is very insulting to a Greek person. Another one is the U.S. hand gesture for stop, where you show someone your hand with your fingers straight together, like a police officer. But again, this is an insult in Greece.
Good luck, Julie. And we have time for one more. And this question is from Kendra in Chicago. She's going to South Korea for work, and she would like some tips on business behavior over there.
The most important thing to remember is that South Koreans like to bow a lot. As a foreigner, you won't be expected to, but it is a good way of showing respect, and the deeper you bow, the happier you are.
Very interesting. Ruth Dempsey, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
And we'll be right back after a check of the headlines.
Not gonna lie, I like the music very much. Check your answers with your friends. All right, these are the answers. Advice about how to behave in business situations. Advice about body language. Advice about meeting new people. And there was another one. Advice about visiting someone's house. You did great. Now, I need you to listen one more time and choose the right answer. I'm sure you can do it. Make me proud. Let's go.
File 4B. Listening.
Hello and welcome to The Traveler's Guide. Now, last week, we asked our listeners who are going to travel abroad to send us their questions about good manners in other countries. And we've invited our resident expert, Ruth Dempsey, to the show to answer them. Welcome to the program, Ruth.
Thank you.
So, the first question, Ruth. This comes from Katie in Denver, who is going to travel around Thailand next summer. Katie wants to know what she should do when she first meets people in Thailand.
Well, Katie, most of the time, a simple handshake will be fine. But if someone gives you a why, that is a small bow with the hands held together close to the body, you must do the same. But if the person is of lower social status than you, So if they are younger than you, or they are a waiter, for example, you shouldn't return the why.
Very useful advice, Ruth. The next question is from Mark in Dallas, who is going to Brazil with his girlfriend to meet her family for the first time. He asks, "Is there anything I should or shouldn't do?"
Like Americans, Brazilians are very warm, friendly, and open. However, there are a few differences to remember. Always say thank you when someone opens a door for you, offers you something to eat or drink, or even when your girlfriend's mother clears the plates from the table. It's very important to be polite. Also, don't speak when you have food in your mouth. Brazilians find this incredibly rude.
That sounds like good advice for you, Mark. Okay, our next question is from Julie in Oklahoma City. She's going to Greece on vacation but doesn't speak the language. She asks, "Since I don't speak any Greek, I'll be communicating mostly with my hands. Are there any gestures I shouldn't use?"
Absolutely, Julie. The most important one to remember is the thumbs up, which in the US means good or okay, but it is very insulting to a Greek person. Another one is the US hand gesture for stop, where you show someone your hand with your fingers straight together, like a police officer. But again, this is an insult in Greece.
Good luck, Julie. And we have time for one more. And this question is from Kendra in Chicago. She's going to South Korea for work, and she would like some tips on business behavior over there.
The most important thing to remember is that South Koreans like to bow a lot. As a foreigner, you won't be expected to, but it is a good way of showing respect, and the deeper you bow, the happier you are.
Very interesting. Ruth Dempsey, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
And we'll be right back after a check of the headlines.
I gotta hand it to you, American English File. You have good choice for music. All right, now, everybody, number one is done. According to the expert in Thailand, you should not give a why to people who are younger than you. Number two, when is it polite to say thank you in Brazil? Both A and B are correct. What are A and B? When a friend offers you a drink, when a stranger opens the door. Number three, which gesture often made by police officers is an insult in Greece? I think this one, stop. And a foreign person in Korea can bow to show politeness. And the last one, according to the expert, if a Korean person is happy, they bow very deeply. You did great. Now, everyone, these are some words and phrases. Etiquette, etiquette, manners, manners, host, hostess, host, hostess, behave, behave, deserve, deserve, disturb, disturb, inappropriate, inappropriate, insulting, insulting, allergic to, should have written, should have written. I advise you to make sentences with these words and compare your sentences with your friends. That's all there is to it for today. And another one done. You see, I keep my promise. As long as I'm breathing, I'm teaching you. Everyone, make sure to like and subscribe if you like my work and if it adds value to your life. And if you have a question, as always, you can comment down below and I will get back to you. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you like short clips or you want some daily tips on your English. Well, that's all we got time for. Until next time, bye-bye.